What's up and good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I know it's 12 days in, but Happy New Year. Today's video, I'm gonna be doing a little cleaning on my truck. I'm gonna detail it, I'm gonna polish, wax, all that fun stuff. So I'll probably be keeping you posted on a little bit of, oh, that light probably just got a little bad there. I'll keep you posted on kind of the process that I'm going. I'll show you guys the results, and yeah, we'll dive right into it right now. So let's get going. So guys, we got the truck inside. Now I'm gonna get it wet, gonna scrub it down a little bit and get ready to start detailing. It's nice now that we got it inside because the cold Canadian winters aren't gonna be getting at it for a little bit. Can't really do much detailing out there. So yeah, we got it inside now and we're just about to get going on it and get it clean. Well, we got the truck all washed, all wiped down and clean. It's looking really nice if you ask me, but wait till we're done, it'll be shining even more. Squeegeed the floor, so now it's all clean, got a nice clean workspace, just letting the truck air out a little bit and dry. I don't want to be mixing any water into my detailing. Area all set up here, nice piece of cardboard so everything stays clean. You want to keep working in a clean area, you don't want to be working in the dirt, working in gross stuff, because then that can transfer from your pads onto your paint and scratch your paint and make a big mess. The products we're going to be using today is pretty much all from Chemical Guys. So I started off with the Chemical Guys bucket with the dirt trap and this little scrub to scrub the truck clean. And then I mixed in some Chemical Guys honeydew to really get the truck shining. So now what I'm gonna use some clay lube, some gray Chemical Guys clay bar. I'm gonna use some V36 cutting polish, some V38 finishing polish. Then I'm gonna use some jet seal off the paint, followed by a nice butter wet wax to really make it nice and shiny. For the cutting, I'm gonna use an orange Hex Logic pad, and then for the finishing, I'm gonna use a black Hex Logic pad, and then just a couple of the, I think they're called Workhorse applicator pads to put the jet seal and the butter wet wax on. So the first step we're gonna do, we're gonna take some painter's tape and we're gonna tape off all the plastic trim. If you use polish and you don't tape off your plastic trim, it'll stain your trim. One way to get the stain out is to use just an everyday eraser. For, like, if you're using a pencil, you use an eraser, use that eraser and you erase the stains off the plastic. I usually tape up even the chrome pieces and everything, just to be a little extra safe, and there's always that little bit of rubber around the chrome and I don't want that to get stained because that would be a pain in the butt. So we're gonna start it off by taping everything up. So guys, we got it all taped up. Now we're gonna start using the clay bar with the clay lube. We're gonna have to spray very generously with the clay lube onto the paint so then it doesn't scratch. To start, we rip off a chunk of the clay bar, just a small chunk, and then you squish it around, make it kind of like a nice flat patty, and then yeah, just kind of rub it back and forth. You don't do circles, just either sideways or vertical, okay? Don't do any circles because that'll make some swirls on your paint. So we'll get into it. So I take the clay bar, the clay lube, and what the clay bar does, it takes out all the imperfections in your paint. So if you run your finger across your paint, you can feel the little bits of bumps and debris that's worked its way into your paint. So the clay bar is just taking that debris, sticking it to the clay bar, and then, yeah, your paint will be smooth as glass. So then when your clay bar, when you think it's time and you feel it kind of getting a little gritty on there, you just take your clay bar, can kind of mix it up a little bit, put it back in your palm of your hands, and make a nice little disc again, and just keep going. The nice thing about clay bars, you can use it lots and get lots of cars done. If you ever drop your clay bar on the ground, you have to throw out your clay bar and buy a new one, because if it's on the ground, it will collect dirt and little rocks, and then you just rub it into your paint and it will wreck your paint. So if you ever drop your clay bar, make sure that you throw it out. And after you do a little bit of clay barring, grab a nice microfiber towel and wipe off all that clay lube. Now guys, we got it all clay barred, and when you feel your paint, should be smooth as glass. There shouldn't be any bumps or any imperfections or anything like that. So now we'll go over and get ready to polish. So I got my orange Hex Logic polishing pad on top of the polisher. I'm going to take Chemical Guys polishing pad conditioner, and all it is just a nice 2 easy sprays, just to get your polishing pad nice and lubricated and conditioned and ready to start polishing. I'm going to take some V36 cutting polish, make sure it's all shooken up well, and put 5 pea-sized drops on the pad. You don't want to use too much. And then There, so we got that, and now we'll head over and start polishing. Alrighty guys, now that we got the polish on the polishing pad, we're gonna start polishing. We're gonna work in small little sections. We're not gonna go a whole door at a time, just little, I kind of break it up into 3 quadrants, 1, 2, and then 3. We're gonna follow a pattern. When we start polishing, I'm gonna be putting about 5 pounds of pressure on the polisher with my left hand, and I'm gonna go back and forth, overlapping 50% each time, and then I'm gonna go up and down, overlapping 50% each time, and then I'm gonna remove the pressure from it and follow that exact same process. We're first gonna start it off though with spreading the polish all over the area we're gonna be working. This way, when we start up the polisher, it's not gonna fling that polish everywhere and make a big mess. There, so now that we got the polish all spread out, we're gonna go on speed setting 1, or the lowest speed, and we're just gonna smooth it all over and just spread it out nice and even. So. Now that we got it all spread out, we're gonna go and put it on the highest speed and follow that pattern I said. Then when we turn it off, make sure you don't pull the polisher off and turn it off, because if you leave it on and you just let it slowly turn off, then it'll save the bearings in your polisher and it'll last a little bit longer. Now with the polish on, after we've done using the machine, we're going to take a microfiber towel, fold it into 4 quadrants, and then just simply buff it out. Make sure it's a clean microfiber towel. You don't want to be using the same one you used for the clay lube. Just each time use a nice clean microfiber towel. Make sure they don't get contaminated. And this way you'll produce the best results. There, now we're done this first little section on the door. I'm going to keep working at the rest of it, then we'll catch up when we're doing our finishing polish. So guys, we got the first polishing done and it's looking mighty fine if you ask me. It's really nice and shiny. It's looking really good. You can't see any of the scratches that were on the paint before. So yeah, it's looking nice. So now, just one little tip is once you're done with the V36 and the pad, just take it off, set it on the microfiber towel you were using to buff with, and then that's same with the clay bar and the microfiber you were using to buff off the clay lube. This way it just keeps it nice and simple, nice and tidy, and everything's clean. But now we're going to switch to the V38, and this is the final polish, and we're also going to be switching to the Black Hex Logic. So I'm going to get it on, get it all set up, and I'll see you in a bit. So now guys, we got the V38 final polish on with the Black Hex pad. We're going to be following the exact same pattern that we were using for the cutting polish. That is going vertically with the 50% cover or 50% overlap, and then horizontally 50% overlap, all while having 5 pounds of pressure on this, and then following the same pattern with no pressure. So we're going to jump into it and get going. So again, just dab it all out. Make sure it's nice and spread out. And also make sure you spray your pad lubricant on your pad before you get going, just so that it's all lubricated and slides and works all properly. Then we turn it on the lowest setting and just spread it all out. So now that we got the polish on there, we're going to grab another microfiber towel, fold it up into 4 quadrants once again, and then once we're done polishing, then we just grab it once again, just buff it off nice and easy. And with that V38, we're going to get a really nice finish. It's going to be a really shiny, really good finish. There we go. So now I'm going to finish up doing the rest of the truck, and I'll see you back for the jet seal. So now with both the polishes done, we're going to seal our paint. I'm going to take the Chemical Guys Jet Seal. I shook it up a bunch. I'm going to take one of my applicator pads, and I'm just going to go and put 3 nice lines on it, just like that. And then I'm going to come over here, and all I do is just rub it in nice and easy, get a nice even coat on it. And then I leave it for about 20 minutes, and I come back and I take a microfiber towel and just buff it off. So I'm going to do the whole truck with this jet seal right now, and then in 20 minutes I'll come back and we'll buff it off. Alrighty guys, we got the jet seal. It's been 20 minutes So we'll go and start buffing it off. So it's really easy. We're just gonna grab a microfiber towel, have it folded into 4s, and just simply buff it off. And underneath, your paint is all sealed. Alrighty guys, so we got all the jet seal off. Took a couple microfiber towels to do that, but we're on our last step now, and that's the butter wet wax. So I'm gonna take another applicator, just like the one I used for the jet seal. I'm gonna open up the butter wet wax, make sure I shook it really good. And just the same thing as the jet seal. Just 3 nice lines. And then, exact same way as the jet seal, just apply it on. So the nice thing about the butter wet wax is once I put it on, I can take it right off. I don't have to wait the 20 minutes. So I'm gonna probably just do the whole truck in this butter wet wax and then come back to where I started and take it all off. So I'll show you guys the finished product once I'm done this.
I'll be dreaming, 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 I'll be dreaming.
Well guys, that was a long day. I've been here, I don't even want to know how long, but yeah, it's been a while here. So we finally got it all done and it's looking really nice, but we're gonna wrap up the video. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment. I'll answer them as soon as I can. And then if you want to see more content like this, subscribe. I got 2 or 3 more videos planned for the next 2 weeks. So it'll be interesting. I got some truck packs I got to open. So if you want to see what's inside of them, make sure you subscribe. But yeah, that's it for today, you guys. I'll catch you in the next video.